Ghost Trick, Phantom Detective. I've now played and beat this game 3 times, and with a game with almost no replayability, that must be saying something. The art style is great, it has goofy characters and a compelling story. The first 2 times I played this was not on the DS, which it originally came out for, but my iPhone. This one always interests me. I was never a huge fan of portable gaming. I'm still not. That's the reason my Nintendo Switch is almost always in the dock. This is a puzzle game with a mix of a visual novel. So basically, it's just a much better version of Murder by Numbers. It has you manipulating specific objects to move around the world and save people. There is a lot of death in this game. It's always done in a fun way or it cuts away so it's not scary. And you can always save the person because the main character can go back 4 minutes in time as many times as he needs in order to save the person. Now the story starts out with you dead and another person about to die. Throughout the story, you're going to use your powers to save her repeatedly. You find out that you have these powers to manipulate the world, travel through phone lines to go to places, and rewind time. You use this to solve the mystery of your murder, and you only have until dawn to do this. What happens at dawn? Your soul will move on. There's a time limit to solve the puzzles, and sometimes it's a very tight window. You have to manipulate things in certain orders to get new paths to your goal, or to accomplish what you need done. Most of the time, the puzzles were well made. There was a very annoying set of very timed puzzles in Chapter 9. Worse yet, the whole sequence was basically pointless, and it feels out of place for this well-made game. I love the animations in this. They were fluid and the character designs were just as good. All the characters have personality. Even the dog. You're going to want to save them all. The story has a lot of twists and turns, but it really moves fairly quickly. Usually in a chapter, you'll solve a couple of location-based puzzles, and the story will reveal a new truth. Like I mentioned, there really is no replayability in this, other than wanting to do the story again. There are no alternate paths or hidden things. This release added music tracks to listen to, which has the original sound and the remastered sound, so you can hear the difference. The music is phenomenal, and you might end up humming some of its classic theme to yourself when you might not expect it. There's also an achievement system, if you care. And there was also a throwaway puzzle you can do. I believe these were added for this release, but I could be wrong. There is one major negative I can say about this release, and it's that the game is in 4:3, when the menus and everything else is in widescreen. They're asking almost $30 for this. And I'm going to get into whether or not it's worth it or not, but the fact they didn't make this whole game widescreen, unfortunately makes it feel like a lazy port from the mobile version. I'm sure they must have done some things behind the scenes to make it run better, and maybe even look better. However, the fact they didn't actually remaster this for bigger screens is very disconcerting. Ghost Trick Phantom Detective was a great game. When it was announced, I knew I was going to get it, because I really loved the way this story was told. Everything about it is just top notch, and you're going to enjoy unfolding the mysteries throughout the various chapters. Now, this is normally $29.99, and I'm going to say it's worth it. I do wish it was a bit cheaper, but the great design and enjoyment I got from it outweighed my thoughts on the price. If you're looking for a fun puzzle visual novel to play, I can't recommend it more, and you should buy it now.